What happened? Why is that so loud?
I don't know.
Oh, that's 2013 talking to us.
Yeah?
In 2013 wasn't supposed to happen. The show was supposed to be over and done. Everything was supposed to be over and done. We weren't supposed to have Gravity anymore. We weren't supposed to have Free Pie and Coffee from the Harrigan set. Well, I guess one of those things didn't happen. 'Cause I don't see anybody out there. We found a new method of getting down here where it doesn't take very long. So we're actually all nice and calm and relaxed. I'm already on my first day without Mountain Dew.
No way.
I don't need 54 milligrams of caffeine per can. I can take the 38 that's in a Pepsi. Why do they put 38 milligrams of caffeine in a Pepsi? Because it's the correct amount. When I woke up today, slept in for hours, and barely even had the hint of a headache. Not a full-blown migraine like usual. So,
Too much caffeine.
yeah, I think it's too much caffeine. So that's my New Year's resolution. That and cutting out the white bread. I went to EG's today, and apparently they were having an incident with a homeless person or something, which confused them. And then what happened was I placed my order, and I said, I'd like a 5-inch veggie grinder, and they immediately said, would you like one of the barbecue pork sandwiches with that? Why in the hell would I want a barbecue pork sandwich on top of my veggie? So what happened? They got my order wrong. They put it on white bread instead of wheat because they were too busy trying to frickin' upsell me crap I don't want. Hey, slow down. Take the order correctly. I like your food. So I didn't say nothing because it was edible. But that white bread, it's just not as good for your heart. And, I'm going to be 39 this year, so I've decided it's time to switch to the wheat, to the 9 grain. It keeps those arteries open, and that's an important thing. We got podcasts to do and stuff, and you can't do that when your arteries close up on you. It's not fun. It's not fun, and it's not funny. If anybody knows what I'm talking about there. So people who subscribe to my YouTube site have already noticed, actually no, because there's been 0 views, but it's only been up 13 hours. We started a podcast. It's the GMR podcast. It may become the GM podcast. I don't know if Ray's going to be there every week, but we know that me and Gene will be there every week. Kind of a revival of the G&M series.
There it is.
Which was just that best of new show thing. And we're going to do one every Friday and post it on the internet, and you can listen to it. You can watch it, but it's just a blank screen. So it's to encourage you to get up and do something. We'll have a logo or something, but there still won't be video images because then we'd be doing a show. Podcast. Some podcasts do have video podcasts, but I'm not really interested in that. I like the aspect of being more radio-esque. Just all about the voice. So that's going on. You can check that out anytime you want. Doing live TV one time a month, it just isn't enough time to get stuff done. So we need to do this every week so we can, tell you all the important things that we did that week, like watch It's Always Sunny or whatever. So, and also we will be counting down the weeks to Phoenix Comic-Con. For those of you who don't listen to the podcast, let me fill you in on that. We have the room booked. We got a quadruple, and Gene and I already have our passes, so it should be pretty awesome.
I'm working on mine.
You're working on it. At least we got the room on the floor for you to sleep there. There's our overhead page, right on time. 4 minutes into the show.
Yeah, 4.5 minutes.
That was an early one. Well, it's 2013. 2013. The year that does not exist. But I feel better. It's, what is this? 23 years of TV. Okay, only another 7 years to tie Johnny Carson. So this place needs to stay open another 7 years to tie Johnny Carson. And then I can go retire to my beach home in Malibu and never see anyone ever again. Well, that's what Johnny Carson did. And can you blame him?
No.
Some people retire and they come back, but some people retire and they're gone. They hang up the skates for good.
He lived out the rest of his career, his life on a boat.
Yeah, he did.
He wasn't docked. He was out there on the water.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't.
He was chilling.
He could have wrote his own ticket. People were offering him
He didn't need to. He was wealthy
incredible
enough.
amounts, to come back and do something. But he's Johnny Carson. He's like, no, I'm done.
Done.
Did it.
What more do you want? But I would like Johnny Carson in the 21st century. Can you imagine Johnny Carson with a Twitter account?
You mean like on
You just don't
Futurama?
get these things. No,
With
like
his head
still
in a jar
doing his
and-
show. You know.
Oh, yeah.
It's this thing called Twitter, and you can put in
I've
up
never
to 30
twiddled or
characters.
twinkled
And,
or
it's this thing
whatever you
the
call it.
kids are into nowadays. It's new. It's wild. It's
Pesky
wacky.
kids, youngins.
Ayo.
We got a phone caller?
No, he's making outside calls. I believe you have to go to line 5 for that. To get an
line
outside
5 or
line.
line 9.
Some things don't ever change, like pushing line 5 to get a. Well, that was back when we had landlines and payphones, and you'd come down here and you'd use the phone because you could call people and it didn't cost anything. Oh, and all the calls were just about T-Triple-C business. They weren't about anything else. We weren't just
course.
using a phone just because it was there.
No, we'd never ordered pizza or something dumb like that.
T-Triple-C.
once.
They can call it Access Tucson. It's been called Access Tucson longer than it was ever called T-Triple-C at this point, but I always thought Access Tucson was such a generic name. Everybody was calling themselves Access, whatever city they were in, whatever state. And Tucson Community Cable Corporation was long and clunky, but I liked it.
What's up, dude?
I liked the Oasis network. Gene's taking calls.
Huh? What?
But the important thing is it's still here.
JJ.
We're still sitting down here in the drunk tank, as I like to call it, because
You
of the
there?
soothing colors on the wall that keep you from getting aggravated. I'm less aggravated,
Hang up on me.
only having a few days been
colors.
off the massive caffeine doses. So I'm hoping by the time we get to Comic-Con,
What the fuck is this?
I'm just cruising
How
on
tight is this wire?
juice and wire,
Pretty tight.
and water,
Short
wire.
leash.
Pretty tight.
He got the short
We
one.
got the short one.
Good idea, because I'm in the corner. Good call.
Well, now, wait a minute. Here. Slack off a little bit. Run this over around a chair like that. Oh, there you go. I'll give you a little more room.
Last time you had the loudest mic.
Whoa.
Mark had the most to say, and he had the quietest Mark. Quietest Mark had the
Mark
mic.
is
He had the
almost
quietest
as big
mic.
a Mark as I am.
Last episode, Mark was the host of the show, and I was merely a co-host.
I was? Was I tripping?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Seeing
wow,
trails
explain
and
it.
everything. So we are taking phone calls. We
Colors
still
and
do
everything.
that. I know it's a concept from the 1980s, but we still take phone calls. When the number comes up on the screen, you can call up. It doesn't even cost anything.
The numbers are on the
But
screen.
do
They're
people
free.
worry about phone calls costing anything? It's text messages cost if you're voting for American Idol.
You can
But the
call-
gab lines and the sex lines, that's gone now because the internet. Nobody calls 976 gab anymore.
Hey, caller. Yo, caller.
You're on the cable.
Hello.
First call of the new millennium.
And it's a real shitty one.
Can you hear me okay?
Hey, now we can hear you.
Hello. Now we can hear you. Speak up a little bit, okay?
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
I'm surprised that Access is still on. Like I was under the impression that it was canceled.
Most
And
people
me and
think
my
that,
dad
yeah.
used to watch you guys all the time.
I'm still here.
It's going to be
Yeah.
sold for dog food factory
Eventually.
eventually.
What happened
yeah.
to the end of television?
This is the end of television.
Oh, it's the same thing?
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the ghost version. It should
Yeah,
never
this
be
is-
here, but yet here we are.
Year 11.
You're 11. I know, Marty, you guys are actually, I don't know who's talking with you, but you're one of the originals.
Yeah. We're like Galactus of this place. We were around before the Big Bang, and we're just kind of like wandering around, sucking the energy out of this place.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is there any other original people that are still there?
There's a few. Dan Harrigan and, everybody who's in this room right now. And there's probably a few other people. I think Carl Fisk has been down here for a really long time.
Kevin?
And, with shows.
Oh, with shows, yeah.
I think of all these people and I go, no, they're dead. So I can't
Like, are they-
I can't really claim those people.
Like, are they alive or are they dead?
It feels like they're still here. It feels like their show's up next. But no, there's not very many of us.
I've never really had a show of my own, but I've been down here forever too.
Mm-hmm.
You guys still have those trippy effects you guys used to use?
Sometimes
Are you
we
kidding?
bust
Here it
those
is,
out.
man. There's the
There's
trippy
one of
effect.
them right there. Yeah.
That's about it, man. Oh wait, I got another one.
Hold on, let me see.
I got it.
Yeah, I remember it used to be the thing just to call in.
Yeah.
And just because you could actually call in and hear your voice.
Yeah, that was a big deal at one time, and now it's a very antiquated concept. It's funny to have started this when that was all the rage, the biggest technology. Wow, you can call it cable channel? And now cable TV, the joke is on cable TV because nobody cares anymore. They watch the internet or they watch satellite or on demand. And we started when cable TV still had all those rooms to fill when there wasn't much on, and they would just throw anything on to fill up the time slot. Then about the mid-90s, they figured out their programming, and all that stuff that they relied on so much to fill up the gaps in the early days was just flushed away and forgotten about. But cut to about 15 years later, the joke's on cable TV. So
exactly,
So
everything's
there you
digital
go.
nowadays.
And yet we're still here because Tucson cares about their access station. There's not very many access centers left in the country right now, is there?
Have you been down here to this building before? Have you ever come down?
I've seen it.
Have you seen the inside?
I've never seen the inside, but I've seen the outside.
Right behind me through that window right there is a full. That's a Studio A. It's I don't know what the square footage is, but it's pretty big. They do some large productions. It's like a full 3 camera with lights hanging off the ceiling. The whole 9 yards.
Wow.
Control room that we're in here. I'll pan the camera around and show you. And plus we got another studio.
And we're only open 2 days a week.
Yeah, we're only open 2 days a week. I don't know if you can see all this equipment here. But this is all the stuff for making TV.
Still works.
It
still
works.
Come down here.
Yeah,
and use
all the
it.
equipment still works.
Not many people come down here because I think a lot of people are, like you said, they thought this place was gone. Well, they moved us down to Channel 20 a few months ago, and it may be our only channel, but I hope that being this low on the dial brings some interest back into this place where you can flip through and go, what the hell is this? Is this still on? Is this old? Give me the phone.
Right.
Yeah. And I still remember the first show that we saw on Access, and I can't remember who it was, but it was these 3 kids, and they just did this random skit. It was like a white background. I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but I know you guys have been there for a long time.
Yeah, there's not many those kids left down here anymore. They all
Can't tell you how many shows I worked on. I have no idea. Hundreds and hundreds of them.
Yeah, life happens, if they move out of the state,
Yep.
See, my big deal is I like to be a crew. I like to run the camera, and that's what I like to specialize in. So I got to be pretty darn good cameraman, so I could work all these shows. And so ever since I was a kid, I've been fascinated with television.
And it's free too if you want to.
And it was free.
Still free.
And I learned a lot of tricks. And there's people down here. God rest him. He's no longer with us. Frank Barnes, who taught me a lot about directing and how to run the switcher, which camera 1 to 2 to 3, blah blah. Special effects and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And people like that were down here, and Harrigan, Dan Harrigan's taught me a lot about lighting and camera angles and the finesse of it. How to do things. And then there was Charlie Brown. He was the one who I was most
he's
inspired
still
with
around.
his camera. Yeah,
I don't know if he comes down here, but you can still find him at the Loft doing the Rocky Horror thing.
Yeah, Rocky. You ever get to the Loft and watch the Rocky Horror Picture Show?
I used to do that.
Charlie Brown is the same who inspired me to learn how to run a camera.
Yeah, and see, any kid can come down there and say, "Hey, this is free. I can learn how to run a camera," and you can take that with you.
Oh, there's much more than camera. I mean, there's editing, there's lighting, there's sound, which needs people to to work on sometimes. And I mean, there's all sorts of different aspects towards making television.
Yeah.
That is well worth the endeavor to keep this place alive. Back in the day, with as many talented people that were down here who knew what they were doing, and how to actually present television. Even though it's being live and it's homegrown right down the street, it was quality stuff.
Like a blast from the past, right? How you doing?
I've always felt this place should have been a teaching institute, an accredited teaching institute where people.
My son was trying to remember Bo Badicavole, the loony bin. Remember?
Who's that?
Oh, he was kind of a bald-headed guy, and he used to come on.
Oh, the
He
Looney
had this
Bin.
thing
I think
called a Looney Bin.
he moved. It was one of those cases of moving
He
away.
got married. He got married and went to hell away. Also, like Travis is still around.
Travis is still here. Yeah,
he's got a show.
I don't consider him an old timer because he started in the mid '90s, which still feels like yesterday to me. But it's funny because I consider the old timers who are like 5 years before that. But yeah, Travis is. I guess you could call him officially an old timer now.
Yeah, he's done his share.
Definitely, yeah.
Were you around when we were doing like the Ugly Truth? Were you back in the days of the late '80s?
Nah, it was my dad turned me on to this. I think it was like 2004.
The stupid show
okay.
era.
Yeah.
So, but your dad's been watching it for a while, huh?
No, I think it was even. It's just that the years have gone by so fast, but it used to be.
Don't they? The older
it
you
was-
get, the faster they go, dude.
Right.
So stop aging.
Yeah. Stop aging. Just stop it. You know?
Stop it. No.
Yeah. So I won't take up the lines anymore, but it's.
Why? You're the only caller we've had so far. You might as well stay on if you feel like it. We're happy to have you here.
Yeah, I actually gotta do something, but I'll leave you
that's
with
it.
this. There's Sean Connery.
And
Sean Connery said he wouldn't call the show anymore, but that was before the world ended.
oh, that's right. Now
2013,
hell's
it's-
gonna freeze over and
It's
pigs
brand
are gonna fly.
It's brand new era now. It's time for ocular pat down.
I just leave that up there for
Yeah, what are you doing?
just stuff.
It was funny because usually we yell at you for doing stuff. Yesterday I was yelling at Gene for doing stuff, so he took over that. I watched him burst through that door like, ah!
Sometimes I gotta see with my fingers. You know, the eyeballs. You know, they only relay so much. It's got to actually be hands-on experience. What I'm actually looking at.
You're on the cable.
You got another
Hi.
caller? Hi.
I was just flipping through the channels and I
See,
noticed
it worked.
this
You're right.
this channel. So I was wondering what it's about.
Oh, this is public access. This is a TV station where people from the community do shows, and then people can call up. It's basically a way to get your voice heard on TV. If you got anything that you want to say to anybody who might be watching, you can feel free to say it here.
And on Saturday nights, it's live television. That's what you're looking at right now. So usually during the week, Fridays also.
Friday and Saturday. Yeah.
Friday and Saturday they do live television. In fact, we're probably right down the street. For if you want to come on down here, there's going to be television on up until what, Thursday? No, how long do they run?
Really? Where are you guys at?
We're 124 East Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with downtown?
Yeah.
You should turn your television down a little bit. If that's what you're listening to us and listen through the phone.
Yeah.
It would work a lot better. There you go. Okay, is that what you're doing now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Are you familiar with downtown at all?
Yes, I am.
Oh, cool. Well, do you know where Shot in the Dark Cafe is?
Yes.
We're right across the street from it.
Oh, wow.
Right across the street. I mean, directly. You turn around and look the other across
Yeah,
the street.
it may
and
look
we're-
like it's closed, but it's not. There's
It's
just
not
a lot of
closed.
construction.
Trust me, we're here right now, right now, talking to you.
So how do I get on there?
Well,
I just show up and...
Well, anybody can get a show down here. You come on down, and you come in and you say, how do I get a show? And then they sign you up with all the things you need to do. It's
Right down there at the front
free,
desk.
it's easy.
Real
and,
simple.
You know.
It's real easy to do. Or you can come down and you can learn how to actually make
All
television
right,
happen.
you can
on
come
some of
down,
these-
you can watch the other shows happening. As
watch the
there's,
other shows.
You know.
You watch people run cameras. Maybe that's something that you might be interested in, which I was all these years.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Hey, you're welcome. Take care.
Oh,
What? What
by
now?
the way, the guy with the glasses is pretty cute.
Hey, she likes my glasses.
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
Ocular pat down. So you put them on just so you can take them off.
But you gotta be careful they don't fall. Has we got another caller?
Hey, that was our first crank caller of the new millennium. I mean, 2013. He's having his own show over there. He doesn't care about us.
2, 3, 4.
We were talking about dead air. You can have dead air on TV, but you can't have dead air in a podcast because it's just nothing. But on TV, you can at least see us sitting here not saying anything and maybe making facial expressions. But on a podcast, when it's dead air, it's dead air. Nothing.
You dead meat then.
And we can see the sound waves as we're recording it, so when it's nothing, it's just the flat line.
Did you ever see that movie Flatline?
Mm-hmm. I saw that movie because of a
Who plugged
fan
my
of
mic back in?
the Nobody unplugged the
Nobody did anything to your
microphone.
mic.
I was sure
Hello?
I unplugged this mic when I left.
No.
Only facilitators can do that.
What's going
Yeah.
on here?
What do you guys think about the crap they were trying to pull on Cox with the Channel 13 and all that?
We were just talking about that. I wondered why I couldn't record a show.
Well,
the
watch
other night.
us instead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
well,
don't
I'd
need
rather
that
watch.
channel.
I'd rather watch Access.
Screw 'em.
Wasn't it nice to hear my son's voice again?
Yeah,
It's been a while.
been a while. Came out of retirement.
Yeah, well, he's around, so he decided to give you a call. And
Is he one of
he
our
remembers what you look like. He said, "God, that guy's still on."
Was that,
Yep.
was that
Not a
your son?
repeat.
Was your son our first caller?
Yeah, that was Sean.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we don't use names. We use numbers.
Sean, as in Connery.
Oh, I remember
What's
him.
his PIN number?
I've seen all of his movies.
Yes. And I'm Connery Senior.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm like 157 years old.
you raised him strangely interesting.
Yeah. That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, Channel 13. Who needs them?
Did they ever make a second League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Not yet.
No,
Well,
but they
he's-
got one about baseball during World War II called A League of Their Own.
Not unless you consider Beer League the sequel.
Well, you know, he's pretty old. I don't think he can act anymore. He's
He
gotta
is
be like
retired.
Who?
Sean Connery.
90. He's got to be
I was
like
just
90
talking to
something
him.
now.
He's off playing golf.
Oh,
Yeah.
Golf.
Well, you can call up a TV show, but don't expect him to see him in any movies or anything.
No, I didn't think so.
Right.
But I thought they might have made something a few years back before he got too old, you know. But no matter if he's really
gotta be in
old
his,
or
like,
not,
80s, isn't he?
he was still one of my favorite actors. I liked all the 007s that he did.
Oh yeah. He was my favorite Bond of all.
When they got Roger Moore and then all them other yahoos, forget about it.
Well, people are saying the new guy, it's the greatest Bond ever, and I'm thinking, you're
It's more
like
gritty.
15 years old, dude. You
I did
don't
enjoy
know
Quantum
the
of Solace.
history
I
of.
did enjoy that.
Never saw that one, but Casino Royale left quite a bit to be desired.
I got something for Wolfman. If he's watching, call in.
Wolfman, one of
Hey,
the
Wolfman.
inspirations for this.
He hasn't bugged your show in a
Wolfman
while.
was one of the original podcasters.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He goes way back.
Yeah, I saw that on a documentary. I think it was called American Graffiti, and he was on that movie.
That's
I
right.
got hamburgers to cook, pink cookie.
You got hamburgers cooking?
And which is it, a hamburger or a pink
He hung
cookie?
up
You're
on
as
you.
confusing as the person at EG's trying to
He-
make me eat a pork sandwich.
He said he
white
had
bread.
hamburgers and then he's got to go.
I
and then
order
hung
a
up on you,
veggie
dude.
sandwich, and you immediately try to upsell me to a pork sandwich.
It's called an upgrade, man.
You know, pulled
You're
pork.
supposed to say that before I place my order.
Well, don't eat it.
Etiquette.
Yeah, why didn't you get it?
What the hell's wrong with people?
I'd sue, man.
Do you have money to do stuff like that?
Hey, you might win and get the whole hog.
How much was it?
Any amount is too much. I don't need to buy 2 dinners. It's crazy. It's madness. It's a
Nothing to
madhouse.
do with vegetables.
You eat vegetables. They're good.
That's good shit.
Yeah.
So call up. We're sitting down here.
Hey, Wolfman, where are you?
So how
Wolfman.
can they
Give us a-
find our podcast?
He's calling the other show.
How can they find our podcast?
Well, if you
That's
go
another
to
show.
the Pondo CP YouTube site, the same one that's been there since 2006, it's the top video right now. So, or you can just go to YouTube and type in GMR podcast, and you should find it.
Here's
That's
a little
it right
sample
there.
of it.
My point is, it was crocodiles. I think a crocodile could eat me a lot quicker than an alligator. And I'm offended that you said alligator. Because, goddamn, crocodile, it was crocodiles. I was very adamant about that point.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, he's talking
going
about
on?
that song that Elton John wrote about
Oh, Crocodile Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Crocodile Rock dates people. If you know the words, you're dating yourself.
Well, if you ever saw Gene, you'd realize it's true.
I've been going steady with myself for a while. I'm not ready to start dating yet.
Does your left hand know?
So listen, I don't want to turn this into a political show or nothing.
Oh, please don't.
You know, that reminds me. You know what I like about podcasting more than public access? It's extreme narrowcasting. You don't have to watch the political and religious shows while you're waiting for your show to come
That's
on.
right.
You can just skip those altogether.
You know, every time I turn on Channel 20, there's some religious something going on.
They were showing something about people killing sea turtles before my 4 a.m. show. And yeah, don't kill the sea turtles, sure. But can you guys get that 3 a.m. slot so I don't have to watch that anymore? Because that was really disturbing.
There's nothing else on regular TV at 3 a.m. That's pretty sad for regular broadcasting then.
Mm-hmm. But that slot's open.
Well, you
so
can always get
it.
an infomercial on losing 10 pounds overnight.
Oh,
or
I might rather watch the sea turtles.
erectile dysfunction. Or sleep number
and
bed.
The stupid thing is people were killing them just so they could paint on the shells and dumb shit. Hey, go paint on something else. The turtle, leave it alone. Jesus
I like
Christ.
When I was a kid in the
What's wrong with
Chesapeake Bay, we didn't have to kill things. We went around and picked up the dead shells and used them.
Exactly.
Back when I was a boy.
But you didn't want to turn this into a political show or anything, and I completely sidetracked you. So let's go back to that.
Oh yes, right now we're not doing politics right now, right? Okay.
No.
No, of course not. Why would we?
It's all politics.
It is not, and I'll debate that anytime.
I just want to know
Yes.
why people across the country have taken pay cuts, furloughs, lost their jobs.
Is
I
that
balance
it?
my budget. I might be behind on my bills a little bit
Gene,
here
go
and
ahead.
there, but I
Field
get
that one,
paid
Gene.
caught up.
Yeah. I guess it's, you know, I don't want to like putting all these people down, but I think it's about work ethic. There's a lot. The jobs are there. If you want to work, if you want to get paid, you can still do it. And you know, we've been around long enough that we see the ups and downs, and you know, we've had our Great Depressions and our Vietnams and stuff, and things always work themselves back out. You just got to stick in there, you know.
That's true.
The economy's turning around. Romney's doing a great job so far. The gas prices
ever
have
since
dropped.
Romney took over, I mean, things are much better. I think.
Yeah, but the overall ethics of people has gone by the wayside.
That's true.
Our age group, we didn't
Well-
put up with that. You stepped out of line or cut in line in stores, somebody'd say something.
Yeah. It's you
There's
know, manners. It makes me sad that manners have completely
There's a
gone
show
to
on
the
Cox
wayside. I don't
Cable
know what happened right there.
on 32. It's called "What Would You Do," and it sets up scenarios where like these older people or handicapped people are being picked on in front of viewers and or people walking by to get the reaction, and it's all staged. You know, they're not. I mean, they all know each other.
Yeah.
But the person who you know is seeing this happen doesn't know that, and they have hidden cameras, and it's like, see what they would do. You know, and this is some people just walk by, and you know, other people jump right in, and that's kind of like what you're talking about. You know,
Exactly.
you know, something
Exactly.
going
The
down,
old
jump in the
school.
middle of it.
Ethics and values and caring for each other has gone out the window.
Yeah, and there's really no reason for that to have gone out the window. I'm not sure what the hell happened there.
People our age just stop handing it down to the other one, younger ones, saying, "Look, this is how you behave, not, you know, just do what you want when you want."
You
It's
know what I
okay."
think happened?
We're
The
turning
people
into
that
our
know
parents.
better, we never had kids.
That's right.
And the
I
ones
know
that had the kids don't know any better, and they
weren't
don't
allowed
teach
to
them
by the
anything.
state.
Yeah.
I'm the last. I will not allow myself to breed. I will not have children. No way. And
I've
happy
eaten all
content.
my kids.
It's actually funner without
just
the
like
kids around.
Cronus. Just like Cronus. Eat them.
I ate him first.
Well, I guess kids are all right with enough garlic and butter. What, 350 for 10 minutes a pound?
They're pretty
Hey,
good.
when they get old enough, then you don't have to do the housework.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, make the kids go outside and pull weeds, man. That's
My dad did that.
that's
to me,
very
man.
important. Build
You got to
character.
teach them why, not just it's just a chore. Not you got to say, "Hey, look, man, you know that work ethic. You got to teach them why you're working. Enjoy what you're doing,
Oh, yeah.
regardless.
Mm-hmm.
Shoveling shit, flipping burgers, it don't matter."
Exactly.
Man, years ago, I used to work at Whataburger back in the day when they were sort of first starting up, and it was on the east side out on 22nd Street. And when they first started there, the guy taking the orders took the entire order and kept it in your head, and you keep like 4 or 5 orders in a row, to what they want, what their drinks are, I mean, fries, whatever, the whole 9 yards. And it was great because we could eat as much food as we wanted, And I was great because I could.
It was real food then too.
Yeah, I mean, I could pack away a lot of food, but you'd be surprised, and yet I was very thin. I don't gain weight. But man, I can eat. And I know people hate me. Go ahead, hate me. I don't care.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Exactly.
Exactly. What are you jealous?
Yeah. Now it's gotten so automated and all that, and they wanted us to. We could only have so much for lunch.
Once they started in with the chicken nuggets and you have to polish
I don't know
everything.
about, I didn't work. I worked there like in the 70s. It was like.
So they didn't have chicken nuggets in the 70s, did they?
No, chickens weren't invented until
And
the
it's not
dinosaurs
nuggets.
died.
You ever seen a chicken's nuggets?
First, you got to pull the feathers out of the way, or what?
I don't know. Is it anything like mothballs?
Probably.
It was good. What a fish.
What a fish.
That was delicious. They stopped
What a
making
catch.
it, I think. What a catch. That was
What a
it.
catch.
What a cat! Oh man,
Catch.
I wish Long John Silver's. I mean, I don't drop names, but they made some damn.
I was
good
driving
fish.
past what used to be Long John Silver's, and they're trying to make it something else, but
Yeah,
we don't
I mean,
have those
I
here
like fish
anymore.
and chips. I
Nope,
like
they're
it.
only on the East Coast and up north anymore.
But they're
No
always
more
running the
landlocked
commercials for it
states.
on TV. They're always running these wonderful looking commercials for Long John
Oh,
Silver.
yeah, and you can't go ahead.
and I can't go there and get any.
I bet they got one in Phoenix.
I think Cox ought to drop them. Drop that.
They
too,
ought to
along-
drop Long John Silver's from their channel lineup.
That's their channel lineup. No more Long John Silvers. So no more 13. No more Big Bang Theory.
No more malt barley sauce or whatever it is.
No more
Hey,
2.5
listen, any
men.
food
Or
that's
hush
No more.
fried
Hey,
and
yeah. Well,
greased
there's
a
the
week old,
upside. No more 2.5
gotta be
men.
good.
Yay.
Well, you know what happened is because that's filth. 2.5 Men is filth, and you shouldn't watch that show.
2.5 Men is yet another
That's
stupid
what
sitcom
that
they're
kid on
trying to
there
force
said.
down your throats and supply you with
But
canned
Lindsay
laughter.
Lohan running around naked and flashing isn't.
Maybe Chuck Lorre really is the devil, and that's
Nah.
why Charlie Sheen and that Jake kid flipped out.
I think more of
Jake
Charlie
flipped
Sheen
out.
is
But John Cryer, the most level-headed person in the business, he's probably just like, oh, these fucking idiots to deal
Cryer
with.
he knows how to make it. He knows how to go to work and do his job.
He was used to not having a job for a while,
And
so
he's very
2.5
grateful.
Men, I'll do
He's
that
very
forever.
grateful.
Yeah,
Yeah. He's not going to lose that job.
but not to
No
get
way.
political or anything.
No, we're not. We didn't get political yet, did we?
Well,
Yeah,
that
if there's
Long John
something wrong
Silver
with 2.5
stuff.
Men, don't let your kids watch it. That's all.
Let
I
your
don't
kids
have
be
kids, so
on
I
it.
can't
I
comply
never
with
let
that
my
at
You're
all.
kids
making
watch
$8.5
anything.
million a year. You
I
should
keep
be
them in the
happy.
closet where they belong.
Well,
They
since
get
I
too
can only
mouthy, I get the duct tape
I can
out.
only see the world through my eyes, and everything else is hearsay as far as I'm concerned. I'm not gonna watch 2.5 Men.
I want to wait like 3 or 5 minutes.
I already snuck in and got the pie and coffee.
Don't
Too
be in
late.
there
Son
eating
of
all
a-
the top layer of
Oh,
that
you coming
pie,
from
just leaving the
downstairs?
crust.
Damn it.
Are you in the building?
That's what he
Elvis in
told
the
me
building?
once.
He doesn't
This guy's
like
calling
you,
from
dude.
right up there.
Is who in the building?
There's people looking at us.
They're
dude.
calling from inside the house.
Where's Cactus Jack?
He's like, you better not go drink all our
I can
coffee
see you.
and eat our
Can
pie.
you see me?
That's what that look told me. I guess I better stay in
I
here.
think he
and
was-
do
I think
TV.
he was-
No.
looking- he
Look
was-
straight into that camera in front of you.
What, that one right there?
Now, can you see me?
Yeah, we can see you. We can see into your
Oh man.
house.
And my wife's just off to my what side?
Okay.
Are we still on?
He's still on there.
I don't know.
Yeah.
What? Hey, don't do that. Don't do that.
You're directing.
I'm a director.
No, you're just flipping back and forth between black and.
That's what directing
Oh,
is.
he's directing. That's right. Spent many years learning the skill of how to fade out to black.
I turned it off. I disconnected. I was having fun with him. I have
And
to find out who
So
it
we
is.
were going to have a
Hey,
band this
guys,
week. I don't know
I'm
what
the one
happened to
wasn't
that.
inside the building.
There are several problems in the music industry this month.
That'll happen.
Don't you worry. We're coming.
Dilly Gaff on Harrigan After Hours. It will happen this year.
and they're pretty good.
We might just roll over into both shows that night, right?
Why not? Why not? Just because he follows
Do
you.
2 sets.
Yeah.
Bring
and host,
twice as many coffee and pies.
Twice as many coffee. Bring twice as many coffee today.
What's the plural of coffee? Coffees?
Bring
Coffee.
Bring
More coffee?
More coffee.
I want coffee.
I think coffee. Coffees. That's not a word.
No.
Coffee?
It's not like
Coffee?
platypus and platyply. Is that how you say it? Platypus and
Give
platyply?
me that ice cream about every 15 minutes.
Oh, what
Give
was
me
that commercial we saw
morphine
for
drip
making
every about
ice
2
cream
or 3
within 3 minutes?
Yeah, they got some new magic ice cream.
And I want to watch Geraldo.
3 minutes. You can get your ice cream, dude.
Because you got to be brain dead to watch Geraldo.
He's not a...
Waldo? Where's Waldo?
Where is Waldo? I saw Waldo the other
I
day.
saw him.
Well,
but
that's the show for this month.
I
and
think he was
we'll
hanging
see
out
you
with
next
Cat in the
time.
Hat Knows a Lot.
You got 20 more minutes.
See, the nice thing about the podcast is you don't have to come downtown at 6:30 on a Saturday afternoon when you don't really even want to be awake yet.
But it only took 10
But
minutes.
you got to come down here and do TV. The
It was a
beauty of
shortcut.
podcasting is you can do it anytime you frickin' feel like it.
In your pajamas.
When you're motivated to do TV or talk or whatever you want to call it. It's a program, and you can watch it on YouTube.
While
And
you're eating
it's
pizza.
about as amusing as this.
Or while you're driving and eating cereal.
Driving and
Eating cereal, yeah.
I think that's an allegory for using your cell phone in traffic and how it's a stupid idea. Because even if you're stopped at a stoplight and you're on your phone, you're still not paying attention. Somebody could hit you and your phone could get smashed.
But if you're stopped and they hit you, what did you have to do with it being on the phone?
well, it's still not your fault.
You can't get out. You
but
can't go
if
forward.
you
It's a
were-
red light.
If you were holding your steering wheel,
Hoarding it.
you wouldn't be you wouldn't be
What?
damaging the inside of your car or breaking
You
your
wouldn't
phone
just
or
milk.
spilling the
You wouldn't
milk.
get milk
and sugar
everywhere.
and
Is that what you're
sticky and
saying?
Who wants to get
Stinky.
milk everywhere? You can just avoid it. You can eat the milk at home. Too
Yeah,
many
just
people
eat
trying to
dry cereal.
multitask
Don't
shit.
they have
and you
dry
can-
cereal?
You guys don't believe in evolution anymore?
Evolution. That's not
was
what God told me
classic.
the
And
other
now
night.
I'm going on the fence.
And then I questioned it now. Yeah. I don't know.
That's
Now
not
I'm
what
on the
God
fence.
said, man.
I did believe in evolution.
He said blue cheese.
classic.
And I said,
classic
there's no way
stuff.
I'm blowing cheese.
I'm tired of doing Charlie work.
He's gonna make me do the dishes anyway.
Yeah, I got to do it every week, man. I'm tired, man.
I've been eating a street bird and loving it.
We got another caller?
No.
Let's make one up. Let's
Call it.
call somebody.
You're on the cable. 'Cause you're not supposed to say you're on
Hey,
the air.
let's
'cause we're not
call
on
the
the air.
911 operator and see what they have to say about us.
884-0911. Call the Poozy Gallery right now. It's Time Machine.
884-0911.
So I called JJ.
791
And he's on his way downtown, not for your show, but he's going over to his jam space to
Eat some
do
jam.
something.
Canning jams.
Oh, you mean right now?
Preserves.
Yeah.
Canned preserves
gonna-
and jellies.
I thought he should be here to plug his shows. He's got like 3 shows coming up. But I can't remember the dates of
This
any
show's
of them.
only on right now, and then it disappears into the ether.
Oh, yeah,
There's
so
no
use
repeat
in
of
plugging
this.
it. So for the people, those 3 people who are listening to this show right now probably aren't going to go to JJ's show anyway, right?
Mhm.
Well, Wolfman might.
Yeah, let's plug the podcast then. Plug
Yeah,
the
well-
podcast.
Listen to the podcast. It's on YouTube.
To Jimi Hendrix to crocodiles.
Mm-hmm.
Remember in the extended edition, Sam and they see the frozen trolls, right? And my brother said in The Hobbit, they're different looking trolls and they're not in the same countryside.
Well, maybe it's a different place. Maybe it's not supposed to be the same trolls. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know.
He's just saying it's not Kansas anymore.
Well, this is all Louis' take on it, right? And he's a
he
known.
said it wasn't a very memorable movie. He said Django Fed Unchained was actually a better movie than Hobbit.
That's what I heard he said, too.
Don't make a Hobbit out of it.
Ooh.
It was called that. They changed the name.
I don't know out there in Collar Land if you can hear that, but I
We
don't
need
want to
to
turn
do a
it too
show.
loud.
We already did it.
And you might be saying this.
Doing 2 shows and one the day after the other is crazy.
Well,
Thing is, I can't hear you
just
now.
Google how to turn you.
You can hear me.
I can hear you. I just can't understand what
You
you're
hear me
saying.
from yesterday.
Hey, I was not there yesterday, so I took the test.
You're
and
not
failed
allowed
it.
to go out on Fridays, so.
You're
What?
grounded.
Hey, he's the one who told me to push the button. I pushed the button. It's his fault, if anybody's
Is
fault.
it time to push the button? 15
Uh,
minutes. All that
15
coffee
minutes.
and pie is going to be gone.
I know.
I can't have the coffee anyway.
There goes Marcus.
This is a television program, at least it was the last time I checked.
I know.
And I'm still here, just out of spite more than anything a lot of the time. Even though there's nobody left to spite, all those people are gone too. The people that run this place now are pretty cool, so.
Probably Hollywood Jack or Mike the Mechanic. Probably, or Mark.
Mm-hmm. I'm listening to the podcast.
I know. You're doing a television show and listening to something else.
Confusing. Waco. Why do you want to go there, Ray? Because he's called me crazy. That's why. He'll always find the pseudo-political things. If you need your Call Me Crazy fix, he guessed it on the podcast, so you can get that. We haven't shot a show in a while, so we got to make sure that this does not interfere with production of Call Me Crazy show, because it happens at the same time.
You guys are usually do that on Fridays?
Yeah, so we need to like make it to where we roll into the next thing. Like okay, now let's shoot crazy and just get it all
Yeah,
at the
okay.
same time there. Because I'll get distracted and be like, okay, we're done for the day. John, you can still watch our web show. That's important too. It's got 2 episodes left. They premiere next week and the week after, and then it's done. All 20 episodes are done. But then you can watch the entire 4-hour epic all in a row, and hopefully it will be selected for the Comic-Con Phoenix Film Festival, which it was entered into, and I have a really good feeling about it. And then we'll get to attend the screening of that.
If it is, are all the guys, the Zon guys, going to come down?
Well, if they get accepted, they get 2 free passes to the con, so unless they got to work or they can't get up to Phoenix, they should be up there. Or I'll be representing, which would be the first time at a public Sean event that it wasn't Eric and Rob. And I'll just be like, it's the show, watch it. No, it's good. It's gotten better. You and Mark haven't seen like the last 3 or 4 of them.
How was the screening at the...
Oh, yeah.
What was that all about?
That we showed the entire first season at the screening room last month. That was cool. Gained a few new fans. Not a whole lot of people downtown just because downtown is so screwed up right now. And it's freezing cold. So that second Saturday or whatever it is wasn't too big. But it was still cool. And hopefully we'll be having more Jean screenings in the future. Even though the show is wrapping up, still go out there and market it. So whoisjean.com right there. You can watch that for free also.
I keep scraping the mic against my jacket. Wonder how that sounds. Probably not that great. But who cares?
Yeah, nobody's watching.
All of a sudden I made noise and you could hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Hello? Oh, I would plug some Dillygaff stuff, but I can't think of anything except for Dillygaff on YouTube.
Dillygaff. It sounds
That's
like
right.
like a candy or something.
Oh, it's pretty tasty.
Dilly Bar from Dairy Queen.
No, the phone
Do I
callers
look
are
like
just...
I'm ice cream?
Okay. This is the same program we use down to record our stuff down at the jam space.
Oh yeah, Audacity. It's a good program. We should start using that to make the TV show with. Okay, so you came to the holiday party.
I
didn't
did,
get to
I
see
did.
The holiday party. Is there fudge hidden back here for me somewhere?
No, I don't know where the fudge... No,
What
I
about
don't
this
think...
hole in the wall?
There could be fudge hidden back there.
What is that? Is that a bee? That is a dead bee.
In the wall?
No, on the floor back here. That's what powers everything. It's all powered by bees.
Shh, quiet. We'll get the EPA or somebody down here, the animal rights people, man.
So it looks like Harrigan's doing a really minimalist program tonight.
Oh, that's good.
Now, I was watching the documentary on You Can't Do That on Television,
Yeah.
and when they used to pour the slime on the kids' heads, it was just somebody on a ladder. It looked just like that. And I always thought it was somebody up high, dumping it, but really they were in a studio about this size with, actually it was 4 times as big as this, but it's still the same layout, but that same type of thing. I'm thinking we should have done that. We should lay plastic out there and dump crap on people's heads.
It's gonna let you do that.
Well, if you lay plastic on
say
the
that to
ground,
Jim Thomas. So we want to dump some bunch of crap on the floor?
we would have had ratings. If people come down, credit cards can be a good thing, but don't put money on them that you can't pay off. That's where you screw yourself. You want that free cash, you pay it off every month. That's the trick. I think they give you like a penny for every dollar you spend, but it does add up.
All right, the phone callers are really letting us down
Pinch
tonight.
pennies, but throw away dollars. That's your important positive message for the youth of today. We used to say time to make a sandwich. And I watched this Kids in the Hall skit about the happy people or the dumb people or the sandwich people. And they look forward to eating that sandwich. And it's funnier when you see the skit, but I thought that was quite hysterical. I think those are all on YouTube also. But then again, what isn't on YouTube? I found a shit ton of Howard Stern on YouTube. I'm watching all that because who wants to pay $15 a month for satellite radio? If I had the money, I would, but I don't. So I use YouTube.
YouTube.
Viacom's best friend, YouTube. So call up.
They're not gonna call up.
They're waiting to call up to
We only
Harrigan.
got 7 more minutes.
Harrigan's going to get out there and play that song he plays every Saturday night.
Wow.
Do his political rant. Harrigan, don't look a day older. I got video footage from the mid-'80s. He looks exactly the same. It's true.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. This is a television show you're watching. It'll be over soon. Maybe you should call before the show's over. Hurry up because we're gonna leave. Dun 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 dun.
I'd say another influence was Steve Martin. That was definitely one of the first things that made me want to do TV or movies or anything. And then from that, it's definitely that You Can't Do That on Television show. That had a lot to do with it. I don't think I even realized what Canada was when I was a little kid. I just probably thought it was somewhere in the States or something. I didn't know how TV shows, movies,
You ever see that-
Hollywood system. I didn't know where this shit was coming from.
Lol, lol, lol.
It's like the tides of the ocean. Well, they're all watching the GMR podcast.
We should put, this is just the first, this is an experiment. It's going to get better. We'll figure it out. We'll write stuff down, come up with ideas. I have like a sound guy. You met TC, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got TC in on this. We'd feel like it was so much more, I don't know if you'd want him in your house, but he's really the he's an awesome
I like
dude.
the lo-fi about it. The
No,
lo-fi aspect.
I'm just saying he's an awesome dude. And he's a good go-to guy, but you probably don't want that in your house.
There's not enough room in my house for too many people, unfortunately.
I still get this feeling like I've been doing it since I was like 3, walking around with a cassette recorder.
And that was inspired not only by my siblings, but by SCTV as well. For some reason, SCTV made me want to pick up the cassette recorder and walk around and do my own fucking program. I guess I was podcasting at age 5.
Did you take all those SCTVs back?
Coffee and
but I
pie.
can get them if you ever wanted them again.
Well, I can't really watch them, but
Well, one day.
one fine day,
Coffee and pie.
if I live long enough, I'll get up out of this chair and walk away.
Buy some, eat some pie.
Yeah, there's pie in there and there's coffee in there.
Wow.
And all along, I didn't know it, but he's got a container that has milk in it. Because that coffee is always so damn hot, I can't drink it. Yeah, I put some milk in the coffee, you know. I like it with cream and sugar.
It's not milk.
Well,
I can't believe it's not butter. And with that, we'll see you in a
it's
month.
not what he thinks it is.
It'll be February already.
It's going to be
We'll
cold.
talking about the 12-hour horror marathon at the Loft, because that'll be coming up in February already.
That's right.
They're gonna make us freeze our asses off this year. Well, we'll see you then.
Are we done?
Then watch John and listen to the podcast. GMR podcast on YouTube.
That was when we were doing politically incorrect.
We were awake then. We were awake then. I was awake then.
He sound like you. Are we still on?
Yeah. We're always on.
Oh, you can listen to this.
We're on when we're not on. I'm always watching my own show because I'm living my life.
Because you don't watch TV.
I am my own show.
You have trouble hearing, Ray. I always forget that.
Why watch TV when you can be TV?
I am TV.
Exactly.
I was rolling closing credits when there wasn't even a camera around.
Dan asked me to, I guess Hollywood Jack's not going to make it down here, asked me to stick around and do handheld, but
Really?
yeah.
When's the last time he asked you to be a part of this?
Well, the thing is I wasn't planning on that. I had no inkling.
Screw that. I got.
Well, no, I'm much more polite.
You gonna help me on my show?
Are we off the air? Oh my
Throw a pie
God.
in your face. Get the ratings up.
Hey.
How do they get ratings on radio? It's not like there's a Nielsen box. I've never understood that.
They send out a booklet and money. They give you a couple bucks, and they ask you to fill out a booklet.
Really?
What do you get? They want you to give them money.
Well, we'll see you next time. 'Cause
Bye.
We can see through the camera and see you sitting there, and you're not decent. But we don't mind that.